Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to ChronicleSpeaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
So your girl Monique is in the headlines again, and I already know a lot of you are probably like, oh Lord, what's going on with Monique? And while I thought the exact same thing at first, I can't say that I don't understand where she's coming from. Y'all already know Monique is going to give us the true tea on your girl Oprah Winfrey, our brother Lee Daniels, and our brother Tyler Perry. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of this tea. Now let's get back into it. So with the current state of the nation and everything that's going on right now, we were hearing from all of these different celebrities. Barack Obama, Beyonce, Michael Jordan gave $100 million to improve racial equality. We were just hearing from all of these big name celebrities that had a platform, and that one person that we always look for to have our backs that usually doesn't is your girl Oprah. And while she finds a way to easily tear down black men, it's very seldom that you see her uplifting one. So while many folks were like, where is Oprah? Where is Gayle? Oprah decided to have a virtual roundtable talk that she entitled Where Do We Go From Here?, where she talked to the likes of 10 African-American influential people like Ava DuVernay, Keisha Lance Bottoms, Stacey Abrams, among many other guests. Now, a lot of people were already side-eyeing this special from the beginning because as of late, Oprah has torn down the late Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, and Russell Simmons, all of whom are black men, but she won't mention Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, or anybody else with Steen in the last name. These two men that have been proven guilty to touch on little girls young enough to be their granddaughters. But I digress. But this situation almost makes you just think like, Oprah, are you doing this to clear your name? Because you've already shown where your solidarity is. And it's not even she needs to stand for us because we're black and she's black. No, but if you're going to call out wrong, my dear, call it out amongst everybody. Black, white, yellow, or indifferent. And y'all already know, anytime Oprah is slipping, there is one person that is going to be on those heels, honey, to make sure she brings her right back in check. And that's your girl, Monique. So obviously, Monique watched Oprah's special, and one of the very first things that Oprah said in the special was this.
And I know from experience that we can't even begin until we acknowledge the hurt and the pain, which we've all seen as and felt as visceral. And just like in your own family, the family that is our country, I don't believe can move forward without calling out that pain. Just like in your own family, when somebody's done something to you, you can't forgive until that pain has been called out and acknowledged.
Now, the pain that Oprah was referring to was the pain that we as black people have encountered for centuries due to racial injustice. But Monique took this as an opportunity to say, hey, my sister, you want to speak about not being able to move forward without calling out pain, but y'all wanted to shut me up when I was in pain. Although many people were looking at Monique like, sis, this just ain't the time. This ain't the time.
And some of you say, are we still on this? Let me say this. I don't know when you would stop fighting for your family. I don't know when your breaking point is. I don't know when you say, no, to the end of my last breath, I'm going to fight for my family. So for those of you who say to me, to my husband, oh, we're still on this, we have to stay on it, my babies, because this is the reason why, once again, that our brothers and sisters can be murdered in the street, in their house, in their car, on the sidewalk, in the mall, in a pool, you name it. And what they've been so used to in this society is we let it go and we move on.
Now, I agree with Monique in that point. One thing they did bring up in the Oprah documentary, Where Do We Go From Here?, is the fact that we as black people are often looked at as these strong individuals that can just take anything. And that's the reason why we have been mistreated for so long. But unfortunately, we sometimes mistreat each other because of that same fact. Take a listen to this.
the numbness comes from thinking that African Americans actually can withstand more pain than other people. And so, and that's due, there's research by Sophie Trowalter and others showing that, this idea of, Black people having a hard life, right? It makes them more hard. And so when there's pain visited upon us or our bodies, that people don't feel that we are as vulnerable to pain as other groups.
Obviously, watching this documentary got Monique fueled up. She was like, nope, I gotta call out Oprah for being a hypocrite. And she took to her Instagram and her YouTube to do exactly that.
Because what Sister Oprah is saying is you can't move forward until the pain has been dealt with, right?
And just like in your family, which was the analogy that she gave, if someone, and I'm paraphrasing, essentially owes you an apology, but they won't address the pain that they've caused, it's impossible for you to move on.
Now, the pain in which Monique is referring to is a pretty big one. Now, Monique was in the movie Precious, and after receiving $50,000 for the role, she was asked to promote the film. Sis was not contracted to do so, neither was she paid to do so, so she said no. After saying no to these powerful individuals, Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry, Monique was dubbed difficult to work with. Now, after that, Oprah, who she confided in, letting her know that her brother molested her, gave Monique a call saying that Monique's brother and mother wanted to be on her show to discuss everything, and she wanted Monique there as well. Monique was not with it. Now, Oprah had them on the show unbeknownst to Monique, and this caused a big rift between the two. Monique confronted Oprah at an Oscar party in 2014, and Oprah said, "If you think I did something to offend you, I apologize." So there it is. Oprah saw nothing wrong in what she did.
And how can you forgive someone that has not asked for forgiveness?
I want to say this because this has been going on now for 10 years, right?
Right.
That is a decade that I and my family has had to sit in something that has been a lie. And when, for me, to watch Oprah Winfrey do a show and to speak about all that our community has been through and all that we've had to deal with, and how do you move forward if you've not dealt with the pain? I thought that was very honorable for her to say. How do you move forward and you've not dealt with the pain? And then I think about when we saw Sister Gail King and she did the post on her page, and she was saying that she was advised to be quiet and say nothing. It will just blow over and people will forget about it in a couple of weeks. Don't even worry about it. They'll drag you a little bit, but then they'll move on. And what happens is, in my humble opinion, the moving on and the letting go is what has allowed the brutality in our community. And it's what allowed that police officer, that white police officer, to put his knee on our brother George Floyd's neck with his hands in his pocket as if he was saying, how we do it. Because when you have the ones in our community that does the damage, but then become exempt for having to deal with the damage, but then start asking, what do we do, y'all? Where do we go from here? And the question is, well, shouldn't we start with you, Oprah Winfrey? Should we start with how do we heal? And we start with you, our sister?
And the reason why we have to have the conversation is because there's some that will say, Monique, you're just being selfish because this is just about you. Not understanding that we can't say to the police department, we can't say to people that don't look like us, that are white, that when they see something wrong and they say nothing, that they are complicit in the wrong that's being done, without us looking at ourselves and saying, just because someone looks like us, we don't hide them out if they are a detriment to the community. Because what is now being done that's detrimental to the community, we are now complicit.
Monique is fighting for her family right now. Any chance she gets to talk about this, Monique is going to take it. A lot of people are agreeing with it and a lot of people are not. I need to hear from you. What do you think about Monique talking about this situation with everything that's happening in the country and all over the world at this point, as well as your girl Oprah asking the poignant question, where do we go from here? Y'all leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, in this video, I want to tell you about a company called Ash Kicking. Now, you know your girl Chronicles would not promote a company without doing one of those thorough ChronicleSpeaks investigations, honey, and Ash Kicking definitely passed the test. Y'all make sure to check out ashkicking.com for one of the best 100% natural home fragrance and beauty products, honey, and use my code Chronicles at checkout for an extra 15% off just for you. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.